First of all, of course, I have to coach him. I have to back him. But I back him because I believe in him. And in the period I work with him, pre-season was good. Was, I think we would say, really good training and games. So then he fall out, but that's also to do with the good performance from the centre backs who are playing now. But I can see the qualities, and even after he was not in the team, he trained really well. But what more important, the quality was really there, and you see his career. He's, I think, almost 50 caps for England. He already with Leicester, with Man United, he's performing really well. So what you see, he has a high potential. And then it's about him. The players in the dressing room, the coaches, the manager, we all believe in him. And now it's about him, and that is what I taught him. And I'm sure he can do it, and he will turn around this. I'm really convinced of that.
A lot of Tottenham fans are worried that you keep being linked with a job in Juventus. I just wondered what you'd like to say to them.
No, but this. Yeah, but this is. It's incredible that in this period, and I think this is disrespectful for the coach that work in Juventus, and was disrespectful for me that I'm working for Tottenham. We have just started the season. Many times I spoke about this topic, and I always said to you that I'm happy and enjoying my time with Tottenham. We have the whole season. And to find the best solution for the club, for me, and for sure I'm enjoying the time in Tottenham to work for Tottenham, to work with this player. I have a great relationship with the owner, with Paratici, and I don't see problems for the future. Now it's important to be focused, and we signed a contract because the both parts agreed to sign this contract, and for this reason I don't see problem at this moment, and I don't want in the future to listen someone to speak about this, because I repeat, this is disrespectful. First of all, for another coach, and also for me.
Yeah, I think we just looking at what he's been doing at Brighton in the last couple of years and analyzing the first game that they play in the Champions League and see if there's something that we can take and allow ourselves to perform in a better way.
Well, I think the first thing to say is change is good and it's bad and it's challenging. It's all those things. It's how you deal with it. It's how you work with it. So I think it's well documented what's happened in terms of ownership and new coach and different people. It's part of life sometimes. It's just how we manage it. And back to the question before, in terms of a challenge, in terms of maybe a bit more than a short-term challenge, it's how you align the resources that you have, how you align the football idea with everything you've got to make it successful. Because the past or resources or history doesn't guarantee you anything in this league, because you can see already that you can. There's lots of clubs that have spent a lot of money and haven't achieved things that they want to. So it's about getting everything lined up and everyone working together and the strategy clear. And then whether things are vital sounds a bit life or death, and it sounds a bit dramatic, to be honest, but I understand the question. It is what it is. I can't control what people's perception of what we do or not. Rather than worry about what we're going to do in May or June, I just focus on the next match and the next training session, try to improve the team.
In Spain, Barcelona, Madrid, Barcelona, more noise. The days before, the after is more media, more everything. The rest in Germany here, perfect. You can work, people expecting, joy to watch the derby, and that's all.
And is it different for you as a manager, this game, this fixture? Do you feel different?
Not much. Yeah, of course, important. It's a derby of the big rival in the city, and yeah, but try to figure out what they're going to do, what we can do to beat them. So no more than that. And in these kind of games, you don't have to make an extra motion or extra, because it's what it is. Everybody knows it. The stadium will be full, and they will support us behind us, and of course they know we're going to do our best. I'm looking forward anyway.
The first one, Edu, had a talk with him to express him what the project was, what is our club about, the role that he would have in our club. I spoke to him, so it was a team effort. He clearly understood what we wanted to do. Obviously, the relationships that we had with them helped a lot, because there is that trust and that connection already, and then it's completely up to the player to decide.
Was you fairly convinced though that you was convinced you was going to get him from those discussions?
We were really hopeful, and his immediate reaction was extremely positive. But after that, there are a lot of steps that have to go in the right direction to finalize and get a player to sign for the club. But to be fair, Gavi made it pretty easy for us.
We are fine here because it's completely different. Because obviously, I see him differently. That's clear. That's obvious. There are stories out there that all the time people talk about him and say he's not a good defender. That's not true. He's a good defender. He doesn't defend always good. That's true as well. That's what we are working on. He's a young player. He's 23. And there's space for improvement, definitely. But I think really we only discuss it on the level we discuss it because his offensive impact is so extreme for us, or it could be for each team in the world, I would say. So from my point of view, it's easy. It's an easy pick. Whichever team I would coach in the moment, I would sign him because he's exceptional. Is he always exceptional? No. I never met a player who is always exceptional. So that's it now. But the rest now it's Gareth's job to find a team. And England is obviously blessed with a lot of really, really talented players on a similar position, and it's difficult to line them all up together. In this specific case, it could work because obviously Reece James can play in a three in the back. They did that for Chelsea pretty well. Would be probably interesting to see how they could interchange positioning. We all see that when you play, it depends on how you play with three in the back. If you keep them deep, then it's a different story. But if you want to have them, being involved in offensive situations, then Reece James, even as a centre back, could be involved in that. All these kind of things, the tactical stuff, not too interesting. But again, it's Gareth's decision, and we made a decision. And again, the only thing I can really say, I see it differently, but that doesn't mean it's right or wrong. I just see him every day, and for Trent now, that's probably the most important. He came back. He came not in, and was in party mood, but he was not. He just accepts the decision of the manager as well, because he understands football pretty well. He's an extremely smart boy. And did everything right. And as a player, you never can do more than offer what you can offer. And then in football, there's one guy who decides if that's enough or not, and that's the manager. And here, more often than not, it is. It's the case that he's picked, and for England, obviously not. Yeah. That's it. I understand. It's clear. For me, he's a world-class player, and not playing then for the country is difficult. But it's only because there are other players who are pretty good as well, and play for world-class teams as well. So that's how it is. And